So Tyler, this is where I'm going.
Oh, Water.
Water.
Yeah.
She's like the biggest artist in New York that people know is from SA.
Wow.
She's massive. And he was telling me, hey, you don't know it's Nota, man. You don't know if this is true or not. But I think he's onto something. But he's saying that should have been Shoma Josie. So what happened is Shoma Josie was dating her videographer, some white guy, right?
Okay.
And then they broke up. Okay. So when they broke up, this videographer started dating Tyler, right?
Yo.
And then he started like shooting music videos for her. And then he took her to America. So like, you know when Shoma Josie was on like John Cena and doing all those things?
Yeah, on Ellen.
Yeah, there was a team behind that.
And it was a videographer's influence.
Yes.
Whoa.
So now that team is on Tyler now. They're focusing on Tyler.
Wow.
They're pushing her like crazy.
But hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Pinky, the real life Bratz doll, and today I want to talk about Tyler Water. So, my title is Tyler Water Cannot Be the One to Rep Amapiano. And the reason I'm saying this is because we also think she's a plot. Like she came out of nowhere. We also think that, you know. We like let me go back to my notes. I remember the first time, yes, I saw her. It was on the interview where she was releasing her new song, her first song, which is that All I Wanna Know. Na, 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 na. And one thing about it, she can sing. She's very talented. She's got a beautiful voice. And I remember on that interview, she was with this other producer who was apparently the person who made the beat for that song. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, hey, this guy, he's giving Nigerian. And you know, as South Africans, we can tell when you're not from here. Like, we can just see that you're not from here. So that's the first red flag. So the reason that is a red flag is because we all know that if a sound, like the Amapiano sound, if it's not from a South African producer, then it does not sound the same, you know?
Come together with some cool drink. Because he's your producer as well. Yeah, but producer, yeah. Where do we come together? So I came across her on a friend of mine's Instagram story, and I heard her voice, and I was like, oh, she sings. And I tried to get in contact. And she does. Yeah. So I tried to get in contact, never got a reply. Yeah. And then I was thinking to myself, man, how do we make this work? So when are you been producing music? I've been producing music since grade 7. Okay, you said you're from Zimbabwe, yeah. How long have you been in SA? I came here in 2008 when I was in grade 5. Are you from here, Musta? I grew up here. Oh, this man is from here. It's not your town, I still speak my language. I like that. I still speak my language. I like that. So I've been making music since grade 7. I've been doing this. Yeah. So I was able to hear the voice and I was like, yo, there's something here. Yeah. Let's try to reach out. And then my manager, Garth, like 2 weeks after I found her profile, I found him listening to the same video, watching the same video, and I was like, hey, I know that voice. Yeah. That's when you realize we'd been watching the same person for a while, and we're like, hey, we need to reach out. And here we are in front of you.
And so, to be honest, her songs have been giving AI, you know, like the Amapiano beat. It's like not real Amapiano to me when I'm listening to it. Even that song that's like very popular, which we all didn't probably have a choice but to hear it, which is that ART song. If you listen to the Amapiano beat, it's giving AI, bro. Even that one, which is All I Wanna Know, it's like they don't make the sound the way we do. I remember even Georgia Smith, even in Nigeria, they call it Amapiano. So it's like, it's not the right one. First of all, they need to find the right producer if that's what they're gonna do. You understand? But that's not important. That's like last things that we're gonna mention about the fact that she shouldn't be repping it. You know? But that's the first part. It's like red flag because it's like it's not a South African producer, you know. So basically what I'm saying is if you're going to do the Amapiano sound, you must make sure, and you're gonna be South African, like you must make it be from a South African producer. And her sound, she sounds like R&B. She should be like, she's giving R&B because the way she sings good, but the beat is giving AI and it's almost like not matching. It's like and it's like R&B and it's like, am I the only one who hears that? Because I'm like, it's not matching. Or maybe they need to give her a South African producer, or as I said, because even Georgia Smith didn't do it right. You could tell, but hey, this one, it's not the real Amapiano, you know. But another thing that I say she shouldn't rep us for, which is the most important part, is the fact that she's colored. She's not African. This is not her culture, you know? So basically it's almost like you're milking our culture and you're privileged because you're light-skinned, you know? It's like, why couldn't Kamompela get there before her? Like, and we know her story. We saw where she came from, you know? This one just came out of nowhere, bro. Like, literally. Like, she just... Grrr. Like, where? Like, what? Like, huh? When? And, like... I've been watching and I'm like... man, like, it's giving beautiful house, but empty inside. And also, she's colored. She's not African. So my thing is, yes, this is what I wrote there. It's like, they have their own language. They have their own culture. They have their own music. Well, their language, colored people language is not really their language. But that's a story for another day. They speak their own language. They have their own music. So my thing is, why is she famous from outside? I understand that you can be famous from other people's sounds, like Eminem and people like that, but like you can be the one ripping it before the real African ones. Like we are the real Amapiano. Like I remember there was even this interview, they're asking her like, oh, this is something I didn't even ask to watch. It just came across because she's being pushed, you know. So they're like, what's your favorite food? She's like, pop. I'm like, pop. It's clearly something they advised her to say because like.
Next, pretty large. This, guys. This is what we call maize meal. So in South Africa, we use this to make pap. Pap is like this and hot water, some salt. It's a workout to make, like, it's a workout for real. You have to taste it though, it's really good. Just put that there.
Pap and only colored. Like you're colored. What do you mean? That's not your traditional food. Your traditional food is fish and chips. I think that her team advised her to say pap. Because if she would have said fish and chips, they would have said, oh, really? Okay. We do that too. Next question. There is nothing interesting. Because if she would have said pap, because she said pap, they asked her, what is pap? And then she has to explain, oh, pap is this is... Just so that she can seem interesting. There is nothing interesting about her. Okay, let me not say that. Bro, pickle fish. Like, that's what y'all do. Why would she say? She said pop because they advised her. They were like, okay, John, say pop. because it's good. They're gonna ask you like, what is pop? So you're gonna seem African. It's gonna. She is not African. She is not African. She is not. There was this video of Jessie Wu saying she was doing this review on the ultimatum South Africa, and I watch her channel and I love watching her. But then the thing that I realized about her in America is that they're thinking about, oh yes, when you colored, it means you are of color. She explained it like that, and she was even putting Chinese people in the category and Indians. I'm like, no, Indians are Indians, Chinese are Chinese, colors are colors, Africans are Africans. Like, we have a whole group of color people. They have their own music. Yo, lepa, oh yeah, my sister, oh. They like that bounce music. That's their music, bro. Like, that's their culture. That's why even the fish and chip, they known to not have teeth because of the fish and chip. That's what they say. That's what she should have spoke about. But no, she probably didn't want to speak about that. But that's the colored culture, actually. And that's facts. Everybody knows that. But she had to seem African. Like, pop, pop. That's a pop answer, bro. Like, what the hell do you mean? Like, but I see through that. I see through that. Tyler Water saying that she didn't say her traditional food is pap, but she said her favorite food is pap, which I still think was a strategy from her team to make her seem more African, you know? It was giving, bro, like, really? It's almost like J-Lo explaining soul food. Like, almost like acting like that's her favorite meal. Like, are you sure? Because I don't think so. I don't see her eating pap every day. Because if it's your favorite, you want it at least in your meal every week, you know? I see through that, bro. But okay, cool. But anyways, going back to the fact that even Eminem has made it in hip-hop, it's cool for other people to like embrace other genres, because even us, there are people who are rappers who are influenced by the hip-hop culture, but they are not the ones to pioneer it. The people who made hip-hop what hip-hop is are people from America. Do you understand? And Africans from there, because that's where it comes from. Now imagine Eminem being the one to represent everyone, being the, yeah, I started hip-hop and he's white, like the first one to do it, when there's other African people. It's clear privilege. Kamampela should be there, bro. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Even Eminem, though, like, we see his story. We saw where he started, where he began. I don't like how bright this area is, but anyways, we saw where he began. Like, we know his story. Like, he comes from nothing, you know. And as I mentioned, he's not the one to pioneer, to make it like before African people, when it's an African people sound. Because it, like, I don't think Americans get it. Like, it's almost like Latina music. Like, there's Latina music, like maybe that's why they say Selena, whatever, their type of music, you know, because they're Latina, you know. And then African people music, because hip-hop, that's our music. So colored people have their own music. Do you understand? And she's supposed to be representing their music, because that's what she is, you know. Like, and also as an African, bro, you know, there are certain things to identify yourself as. First thing is, you know your clan name. You know how to identify your tree, your family tree. Do you understand? If you ask Tyler now what her clan name is, she won't know. And even if you're a cheesy person, which means you grew up well off, you can even call your parent and be like, yo mom, what is my clan name? And she'll tell you. But if you are white, my guy, or colored, you don't know that, because you're not African. Do you understand? And if you don't understand what colored is, it is a combination of white and black. Trevor Noah himself knows that he's first generation colored. As I was saying before I was cut off, yes. So Trevor Noah identifies as African because that's where he grew up. Because during the time when he was born, it was apartheid, so his parents couldn't even be together. So his situation is quite different, but he understands. The point is that he understands that he's first generation colored, and so people like Doja Cat, they are the way they are because of that mixture, because of that African side. When she first came out, she was like very curvy, and that's because of that South Africa, like we naturally curvy, full, beautiful. So yeah, like basically Doja Cat also is the first generation colored, but she probably identifies as white because she grew up with the white side, so yeah, that's why I'm saying, yeah, like she's colored, like. And then there's like they create their own community. Some of them identify as Khoi, which is also, when you look at, looks more African than anything. But what I've realized with them is that they don't like to admit or embrace their African side, because for them to even be colored, they had to be, as I mentioned, a mixture of white and black. As a result, that is why some of them, as I mentioned, Doja Cats have like those curvy lid. They have curvy, and some of them have beautiful eyes. Like their eyes are blue, their eyes are green, hazel. It's because of the mixture of DNA. And then some of them have curly hair. Some of them have straight hair. Some of them have, hair that's very like almost like ours. Well, like ours. Some of them you may even mistake them as Africans. But one thing I've realized though is that, as I mentioned, they don't like to embrace this side. They deny it, and I guess maybe it's because of the apartheid side as well. And so that's another part of me that's like, then this is not their culture. They don't want to, they don't want to, admit our side. And now, for some reason, some of them are like, yeah, I'm African. Everybody knows Elon Musk is South African, right? By birth. But he's white. Everyone knows this. That's what I mean when I say she is not African. When she was mentioning Pop, she just wanted to sound African. She's not really African. She is privileged, because it could have been Amapiano, who's really talented. She moonwalks in heels. Every month, every second, South Africa comes with new dance moves, new music. What do you think we are, bro? We really amazing. She is the one who actually should be in her position. Beyonce could learn so much from her, actually. Tyler, no ways. She needs to have a seat, because that's not even her. And it's clear that there's something that's pushing her. It's clear that there is a machine behind her. Because why isn't there a clear story about what happened? How? As I said, even Eminem, we know the story. As much as he's white, he's very talented. Even her, she's very talented. But like, what's the story? Because even like, there's levels to colored people. Like, right? We know there's those hood colored people. And they're really hood. It makes sense if you say like, yeah, she's just a hood color, like he in the hood just knows how to dance with friends with Africans. Next thing, no, it's not a story like that with her. It's like, whoa, how, But it will be interesting to hear, and also to see real Amapiano people, real Africans make it. I can't wait for Kamampela to make it. A lot of South Africans won't like the fact that I'm saying this, but AKA has been milking our culture. Like, if he made music for his people, he wouldn't be relevant. Because they are not, relevant. I guess not relevant, but they don't have as much impact. Even white people here in South Africa, we are the ones, bro. So AKA knew that he had to, dance with us. Because I remember even after, he, had lost his fiance, and when MacG had this body language person there to analyze his body language after he was interviewed about what had happened, and he said he ran to the other room and he couldn't go downstairs to check up on her, and there was just a whole lot of things that made me think, like, why wouldn't he go to check up on her? And then that lady also mentioned that he had discussed. She mentioned something about him having disgust instead of like love on his face when he was speaking about something that happened that day. But I don't remember clearly, but I feel like there was a lot of things that we will never know, but I feel like he knew to lean on us. But maybe he may not have liked to, married an African girl. I think he didn't. He just did that because he knew that, to stay relevant. Because if AKA was dating a white girl or a colored girl, he wouldn't be relevant. Who's famous, who's white or colored anyways? But even if they would date them, they wouldn't be. They don't hit like us. That is why Deleuze is where he is. Like he was trying to be American in South Africa, and it's like it didn't work because also his audience is not much. And also, why would you call yourself Deleuze? Because now it really happened. You're less. The less. We must be careful what we call ourselves. And so my point is that colored people have been thinking that they're better than us. And I'm not saying that all of them, there are educated ones who know that, that life is not about color. It's not about that. God blesses you just like the way you are, and even colored people, white people, some of them know that it's not about color. They don't think they're better than people because they're white, or they know. Like I was even thinking about the fact that like cancer doesn't say, oh, you're white, I'm not gonna give you cancer. You'll have cancer when you are white. You'll have cancer when you are Indian. You'll have cancer when you're Chinese or whatever. Bro, it doesn't matter to God. It's just people here on earth, and I think for me, it's just right when it says even in the Bible that the devil is trying to just kill and destroy, because it's a way to divide us, because even the fact that they say we are black and they are white, these things symbolize some things. Everyone knows white symbolizes right and pure, and black symbolizes anything. Like black is beautiful on a shoe. It's beautiful on as an eyeshadow. It's beautiful on a bag. Beautiful in many ways, even on African people. But that's not our color. If we are any color, we are brown. Because now when you're doing this white and black thing, you are trying to divide us. And I think that's why even the checkboard sign is black and white, because they know things have signs. Even when you ride, when you're driving, these signs, they mean things, So that's why even colored people, some of them don't like to identify or admit that they are as a result of us and white people. You know, everybody knows. Everybody knows that people have the most beautiful eyes. And that is why some of you color people have beautiful eyes, because of their DNA. And that's why as well, everybody knows African people have the most beautiful hips and bums. And that is why some of you colored people have beautiful hips and bums. I remember having a situation with this other lady who I was living with, and she was colored. She's quite an elderly lady. She's like got daughters my age, and she's this like exact combination of color. Like she's got the beautiful brown eyes, and she was curvy. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. Like, is there African in your blood? Because you're very curvy. You're giving Sarah Batman, I even say to her. And then she's like, no, it's just white. And I'm like, that's what I mean by when I talk about white people, I mean colored people not wanting to admit that and not liking being associated with us. But you know, I guess when it's beneficial, they do like to, because some people here in America, even now with looking mixed is a thing, you know. But anyways, she was like, no, bro, there's only white in the family, and I'm like, so you're telling me those hips? And you're clearly colored, like you're not a white person, because I would have been able to see if you're white. Like you can clearly see a white person. So yeah, and there was another encounter I had, another one with this other colored lady, which I colored a person I lived with as well. She was like someone I actually like, you know. And I remember like she had to go to the clinic, and you know, we're living in an African area, like colored people, they be closer to us, you know. They have their areas, but sometimes they be in our areas, like, because as I told you, there's levels to colored people. There's the educated ones who, you know, they're in the burbs, and then there are ones in the hood with us, you know. So this one is the one here with the hood with me. So now she has to go to the doctor, and she tells me she doesn't want to go to the clinic in this area because oh, she came back, and when she came back, like, she was not in a good mood. So I asked her what's wrong. She's like, no man, she had a fight with the doctor there because she says she doesn't want to be in a clinic with gaffers. And I remember being like, I don't know how to react to that, because gaffers was just like a nigger here in South Africa. And I'm like, but that's not right. I told her, I was like, that's not right. That's not something right that you should say. And like, as much as she's a good person, and I know she has a good heart, but like, she also is that colored who they like why is my proof of like Tyler is not African. They should be doing their culture. They always leaning on our stuff because we're the majority, we're the cool ones. Like maybe they'll be relevant in about 150 years, but like right now we're the ones. And anyways, like I think we'll forever be the ones, because name one famous celebrity that is white or colored. I don't know them. And even if you name them, they are not bigger than us as Africans in terms of stardom and influence and impact. So that's why I'm like, this girl, she has just been positioned to be a pioneer, like a trailblazer. Is a trailblazer to be someone to lead, almost like a genre that she is not even a part of, that she is not. You understand? So there are people who are only happy because they think they're better than you in life, because of the position they're in, because of their skin tone, because of their financial positions. So many things, you know, that make people think that they're better. But in terms of this Tyler situation, colored people have been thinking they're better than us. because of apartheid, as I mentioned, but also because of things like maybe like hair, because they think they have better hair than us. And I just want to say that we don't want colored people hair. The people who have the best hair are Indian people. Everybody knows that. That's the hair we buy, and the reason I'm saying this is because I was at work this other time and just speaking with my manager. So this other higher manager, my manager's manager walks in and she's got this beautiful weave. And so my manager's colored. So she looks at her and she's like, oh, it's so nice that she could just buy that hair. And you could hear that she didn't like the fact that she looked that good with that hair. But in my head, I'm looking at her and I'm like, why are you mad? Your hair is Gafarar colored people hair. She's got big, beautiful, big hair. As I told you, colored people have different types of hair. But her hair is big and looks like Gafar hair, which is what they don't like to identify as, right? And which is negative to them. And it's like African hair. So I'm like, why is she mad? Because that's not even her texture. So that's why I'm thinking that some people, the only reason they're happy or what makes them happy in life is thinking that they are better than you, So I've had also many situations with colored people where, like now that I'm here in Cape Town, where it's quite racist, They have made me feel uncomfortable in some situations. And then in some situations, they have been racist. But I don't, the uncomfortable situations were them making me uncomfortable. And then I left. But in terms of them making me feel less than, that has never happened. Even if you think I'm Gaffer, even if you think you're better than me, I don't care. I love myself the way I am. I don't care, bro. Even white people be thinking like that. Yo, it's like, cool. If that's what makes you happy, then cool, bro. So there were instances, game. For example, there's an instance where that IR Star versus Coco Jones, or actually Coco Jones versus IR Star, because Coco Jones was the one talking about, she met IR Star and she's such an amazing person and she's gonna be a star one day. It's like, gonna be a star, gonna be. And that for me revealed how she feels about her, which means she feels like she's higher and she because she's maybe American or. And then she's not, but people humbled her. They were streams, IR Star streams and her streams, her followers and IR Star's followers. And it's you must never think you're better in life. We're not all gonna be the same. Our differences actually make us beautiful, and that's why it's important, for people to represent us. And for it to be the right people representing us. It can't be a white person representing an African sound. That's why I'm saying she shouldn't be where she is. You cannot, we are apples, right, as Africans. She's a banana. Tyler is a colored people. You can't be a banana representing apples. That's why I say it's a beautiful house, but it's empty inside. Because what is the point of a beautiful house when there's no furniture inside? So in conclusion, America, Tyler is not African and she should not be representing us. I cannot wait until you guys discover or, get to know Amapiano, because I know that eventually she will be known by you guys. And you guys will know real Amapiano, real South Africa, our real culture, because she is Sotho, so they probably eat pap for real in her culture. Because I'm Xhosa, we eat different food. I'm a different tribe, as I mentioned. I know my clan. She wouldn't know because she's colored. But Kamo, she's Sotho. I think she's Sotho or Pedi. So they eat pap. So she will tell you guys about pop and how they eat it with their hands sometimes, and I had that experience and it was the coolest experience. And how babies are naturally and they are amazing naturally. Sutus babies, all of them, Africans, South Africans. So yeah, I can't wait for you to discover her because it's been a long time coming. We actually know her story. She's an Amapiano. Tyler, we also think she's a plant. Like for real, for real. As what you guys are feeling, we think too. And I didn't like her Grammy dress. I don't know why she'd wear that dress or that hair. We really stylish as Africans. You guys know it's naturally in our blood. Colors are stylish too, but she didn't do it right there. I don't know what happened. But yeah, in conclusion, thank you so much for watching my video. Do let me know what you think of it in the comment section. And also, if you want to see my face again, do subscribe. And I'll see you